Round 8, Braithwaite really up against it now. Mormeck stalking.
Braithwaite cannot use lateral movement effectively. This ring is not a giant ring, but it's not that small. There's some room to work with.
His body punches are on the outside, hitting the arms by Braithwaite. And right above us, Mormeck swarms.
Wayne, you're holding one more time and taking a point.
Well, you heard Dick Flaherty say one more time to Braithwaite, as if things aren't bad enough. He's going to take a point. 2 straight long right hands that landed by Mormeck.
Wayne Braithwaite was sure he could box. He was sure he could fight this fight at long range. Tactically, this fight has been a disaster for Braithwaite. He has spent much more of it on the inside, much more of it on the ropes than he ever imagined when they drew up the plan for this fight.
Unquestionably, the Frenchman Mormeck superior from a tactical standpoint. Much to the surprise of a lot of boxing aficionados, observers.
Come on, Wayne, what's your holding?
Media members. I think many thought that Braithwaite had the edge because he did more things in the ring, but Mormeck has dominated.
And it's been primarily because Braithwaite has allowed Mormeck to use his strength. He's not been in the center of the ring at long range against Mormeck. Hasn't been able to keep him here.
Over here. 1 point for holding. 1 point for holding. 1 point for holding.
As promised, Dick Flaherty
1 point. Let's go.
Taking a point away from Wayne Braithwaite, so he is really in a hole. And back comes Mormeck with a right hand right after the point deduction, giving Braithwaite no room to breathe. A suffocating offense by the Frenchman. Overhand right by Mormeck that connects. Right on the temple again. But this time Braithwaite stays up. The last time he went down.
You know, Braithwaite now has the right strategy. He's countering as a right-hander off the ropes. He never, look at good right hand. He should never go back to lefty again in this fight. Stay righty and throw bombs like this. You have a chance to stay in the fight.
Look at this rally by Wayne Braithwaite. What a comeback.
Now, is Mormeck playing possum or is he really hurt?
Now there's blood over the left eye of Braithwaite. Mormeck landing with a right hand there, and it stops Braithwaite in his tracks. What a flurry by Braithwaite, but then it came to a halt.
Give Wayne Braithwaite credit. That was extraordinary the way he came back.
And then Mormeck pops him one with a right on the head at the bell. Interesting round.
Water. Take. All right.
Come in. Doc, come in.
Let's get it from here. I can't reach.
There's nothing.
Okay, work on it.
There's nothing.
Work on it, guys. Work on it.
Don't worry about the fight. That's it. Fight is sports. Right? Fight.
Here's where Mormeck in the last round with Braithwaite against the ropes as a lefty, right after there had been a point deducted for holding from Braithwaite, which ended up making this a 10-8 round. Mormeck was able to get him against the ropes. But off the ropes, in the center of the ring, as a right-hander, look what Braithwaite can accomplish. This was the way he envisioned fighting this fight. This was how he planned it in his head. But so little of the fight has gone that way.
Braithwaite trying to rub off the blood from the cut around the left eye, over the left eye.
Stop. Go over there. Come on with that tape.
There's some tape hanging from the glove of Braithwaite, so
come on, take care of the tape.
Dick Flaherty stops the action momentarily.
Tape. Right here.
Well, I'm not sure if that cut came from a clash of heads or a punch.
We don't have a ruling on it. We're going to try and find out.
There's no way to know, so we'll just wait.
Tie up, bang him up.
Okay, that's good.
Big shot, slide down, bang him up, slide down.
Okay. Over here.
So they get a few extra seconds here in round 9. Scheduled for 12 for the WBA WBC Unification Cruiserweight title.
You know, I think Wayne Braithwaite is making a monstrous mistake by staying as a left-hander. I think it is the absolute worst thing he can do. He can't punch with enough power as a lefty.
Oh, Mormeck gets Braithwaite in trouble. Braithwaite looking to weather that siege.
Let him out.
Braithwaite showing resolve there.
See, look at him as a righty. Even though he's getting whacked there, he can punch with power, and at least can keep Mormeck off him.
Those are massive shots by Mormeck, showing what kind of chin and heart Braithwaite has.
There has been a lot of punishment dealt out here in this fight, really by both men, but of course more by Mormeck. Wow, those are big body shots.
Right, I got it.
At 32 years of age, Mormeck hasn't lost in 27 fights, doesn't know what it is to lose. He was 3-2 in his pro career
again, Wayne.
and has not lost since. And, you know, he's just a guy that doesn't want to lose and doesn't know how to lose.
30-2, 21 knockouts, and the 2 losses very early in his career. 10-year pro. Braithwaite again going to the body, but Mormeck has the answer with the right.
Right, let him out. Nice and easy.
Less than a minute remaining in round 9. Braithwaite weighs down in the 7th, first time in his career. And then had a point deducted for holding in the 8th.
Right, let him out. Come on, Wayne. That's it.
Mormeck has not thrown quite as many punches on the inside. So very subtle, but he is punching a little bit less now. Is that a sign that he's a little fatigued?
Perhaps that, as we mentioned earlier, Al, is what Big Truck was hoping for here.
Right.
As the pace has slowed considerably. So,
and why not? Man, I mean, it's been torrid.
It has been intense.
Right. Let him out. Okay.
Right down. Mormeck has had Big Truck in neutral and reverse.
Settle down.
Protect the cup, Wayne.
Wayne.
It's not bleeding too bad, but just protect it.
Wayne.
Yeah, let the doctor go.
Why you don't listen?
All right, keep working on it, guys. Keep working on it.
I tell you, Wayne, the guy gets...
Mormeck got Braithwaite in a little more trouble in that last round, pushing against the ropes. And once he gets on the inside, the uppercut has been a very effective weapon for him. But you see the variety of punches. That's what's so impressive about Mormeck. He throws combinations, and again, as we look at it from up top, there'll be a left hook involved here, an uppercut involved, an overhand right. I mean, look at him. Those are just excellent combinations. Even though, look how squared up Mormeck is to Braithwaite, you would think he could land counterpunches, but Steve, you can't land counterpunches when you're getting blasted with all those big shots.
Usually when you are squared up, you're off balance. But in this case, he was just raining bombs on Braithwaite. Braithwaite just couldn't offer anything back.
Now, an important development, we found out that the cut was opened by a clash of heads. That means if that cut would stop the fight, they would go to the scorecards. Steve Farhood ferreted out that information for us, and if this fight were stopped now, they would go to the scorecards, and more than likely, we think, Mormeck would win this fight. That's speculation.
It is scheduled for 12 to unify the Cruiserweight Championship.
Mormeck a little more passive here.
Nice right hand snuck in. A deceptive right by Mormeck.
Now here's the distance that Braithwaite wants. But part of his issue now is he's way behind in this fight. If he keeps fighting as a lefty, I do not believe he has the power in his punches in that stance to hurt or knock out Mormeck, and I think he probably needs that. Though we can see Mormeck is much more passive now than he's been in the earlier rounds.
On the retreat more, he has been so much more aggressive coming forward most of the time up until now. Midway 10th. Mormeck more measured now, taking his time, picking his spots, not as smothering. And Braithwaite not taking advantage of the situation. He's laying back too.
Might be winning this round, probably is, but is that enough? Well, they both came in here off 12-round efforts, which they won, so we know they can get to 12 rounds.
And for each their only distance fight.
This is a good round for Braithwaite on a nice right hand by Mormeck. A good round for Braithwaite in terms of him probably winning it, but not good because he needs to do a lot more. Remember, not only a knockdown, but also a point being deducted for holding, so that's 2 extra points that he lost in this match. Now he's in right-handed stance, and that's where he really should be.
And missing is Braithwaite. He's more offensive and aggressive and powerful from the right-handed stance, but Mormeck is not allowing him to be.
He's winning this round, Braithwaite, but the problem is he would at least need a knockdown or two or a knockout to win the fight.
Off balance. Although that was a nice shot to the head by Mormeck, Braithwaite nearly went down, although he wasn't hurt.
Tira più golpe, campione.
Breathe, breathe.
Please don't lean on that, please.
What's the matter? You okay?
Respire.
That was great what you did.
Okay.
Braithwaite on the outside getting clubbed with the right hand by Mormeck. And there he is off balance, not hurt badly, but Mormeck has used that right hand effectively. And we see it again from another angle and bouncing off the top of the head of Braithwaite. And maybe that did stun him momentarily.
As we get ready for round 11, the championship rounds. Interesting how we said at the outset that Braithwaite seemed the more relaxed and loose and confident.